Hello and welcome to Bitesize Edge. So today I have the very fabulous Jen Winnett with me. Now, when I said to Jen, how would you like me to introduce you? I thought this was a fabulous introduction. So Jen is a Cotswold-based, self-taught watercolour eco-artist. How cool is that? I love that. What do you do, Jen? Well, I'm a self-taught watercolour eco-artist. So welcome, Jen. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Jules. It's nice to be here.
So tell me, you say you're a self-taught watercolour eco-artist. I've seen some of your stuff and it is extraordinary. So how are you self-taught?
Do you know what? It's something I get asked a lot, and I think it's normally from a lot of adults that say, "Oh no, I can't draw," which I always challenge them on because I do think that everyone inside them definitely has some form of artistic ability, and often it's our self-preservation that holds us back. I actually found out I could paint or draw through a number of different streams. I did art at college, at school for GCSE, but apart from that, didn't really take it much further. And then I was very poorly with anorexia for quite a number of years, and I ended up in a treatment centre in London. And they encourage us to use our creativity to just escape the thoughts in our head and just to kind of just sort of breathe for a bit. And I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. I could finally just have some peace and quiet and just escape into the paper and the colours and the shapes, and it was just amazing. So I managed to get better, and I went back to my day job, which was I was doing a lot of horse riding at the time and riding a lot of ex-race horses, retraining them, and I had a riding accident, and one of the horses fell on my foot and crushed it, and I crushed 8 bones, and all of a sudden I had no source of income and was also bedbound. So obviously the mental side of that, struggling from going from a very fast-paced life again to doing absolutely nothing. And I was getting very frustrated. And one day my mum said, look, why don't you pick up some paint again and pick up some pens and just let it all out onto the paper. And I did. And I was quite pleased with what I was creating, and I shared some on social media, and it turns out that everyone loved them as much as I did. And I thought, oh, I wonder if I can actually make some money out of this, because at the moment I've got no income coming in. And so I did my first Christmas market with 7 illustrations with different prints that people could buy on crutches, and we kind of went from there. And 3 or 4 years down the line, I'm here now doing it full time. And it's quite a long-winded story, but that's how I got here.
That's quite incredible. So it's that, I guess, and it's a word, it's a buzzword, I guess, but I think a really, really important one. This element and this idea of resilience. So not only were you really poorly with anorexia and you were in the treatment centre in London, and that's when you first started with the art. Then when you were recovering and you were then able to ride again, you were back, you were living your very busy life, doing what you were doing. And I know that you had a huge love of horses. And then once again, you're knocked down by having this accident. There has to be, Jen, a certain level of resilience that you have within yourself to then find yourself only a matter of a few years later, having created what can only be described as quite an extraordinary business. I was looking at your website earlier, and I remember the first is that you created. And I've got one of your very first bags, in fact. And it's such a story of resilience. That's the word that's going to keep coming back, I think. And just picking yourself up and doing something, yes, that you loved, but just being able to create something quite extraordinary. And that's amazing. It really is amazing. Would you have ever thought, Jen, when you were sitting there having, finding yourself in that treatment centre, having picked up that pen or that paintbrush for the first time in probably many years, would you have thought that if you were to fast forward to now, this is where you would be?
No, not in a million years. I think there was something that they said to us in there, which was take one day at a time. And I think it's really hard when you're in dark places to do any more than that. And that is okay.
Yeah.
And taking that one day at a time, and I think that really ties in to resilience. I think a lot of people see other people doing amazing things, and it makes them reflect on their own life, and sometimes in a bad way. And I think everyone is taking it one step at a time, and I honestly believe everyone is also winging it, absolutely winging it. I think there was no plans. I've taken it one step at a time, one day at a time, and I think the most important thing is you just show up every day as you are, whether that's in a good place, bad place, whatever, but you show up every day and follow your heart and follow what you want to do. And I think, no, there's no way that I would have imagined what I'm doing now. But I am very grateful for it, because I am very lucky to be doing something that doesn't feel like work.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Finding something. And often our sense of purpose, or our sense of purpose, I guess, can come out of a place of real adversity, or a place where we never knew it would. And I think that's what's so special and so magical about what you're doing. And of course, it's Children's Mental Health Awareness Week this week, which is quite important to you. So tell me, Jen, why is this important, and what are you doing in order to help?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a subject that's really close to my heart. I think the world globally is doing a fantastic job of bringing more. Mental health awareness is a statement that's used so much more now than it ever was before, and I think it's amazing. And it's getting, some people go, oh, and they roll their eyes again, but it is so important, because we all have physical health and we all have mental health, and both are as important to each other. And I would actually probably argue that our mental health is more important than our physical health. And especially in the times that we are living in currently, even more so, to look after our own and our kids' mental health. And painting and drawing is such a simple way of doing that. I know that what people are going to say to that statement, and it's going to be, well, I might not be able to draw, or I can't draw, but anyone can draw. Anyone that can pick up a pen, or even not. I've met artists before that don't have any hands and arms, and they use their mouth. Anyone that can pick up an object and can create something on a piece of paper has the ability to tap into this incredible world, I'm gonna call it. And so what I've been doing since the start of this third lockdown is running kids Zoom art workshops, 3 of them a week for different age groups, just to give the parents a break, and also to give the kids a break from schoolwork and pressure and everything like that, and just to give them a chance to escape onto the paper and create something that they love and enjoy and are proud of. I've had so many finished pictures emailed to me with very, very happy children next to them, and it makes me really, really smile inside. I had one comment from a lady last week to say that her daughter normally has an absolute fit every time she picks up a pencil. She says she can't draw, she screws the drawings up and she puts them in the bin, and it's quite a stressful experience for her. But she said that during the workshop she's just been absolutely enjoying them and has been waiting each week for them to come around again. And that is exactly the purpose of running them. This week, the theme for Children's Mental Health Awareness Week is Express Yourself. So we've been doing Zentangle drawing with the children, which is almost a form of meditation itself. It was created for meditation, and it's simple lines and shapes within a within a structure, where you can just lose yourself. I suppose you could call them fancy doodles in a way, but they are really, really great for just taking 5 minutes out of the day, for adults and children alike, to be honest.
That's incredible that you're doing that. And I know, and we were talking, I've got 2 children, 2 who actually really enjoy art, but just thinking about my eldest daughter who's at secondary school and struggling slightly with the whole virtual lessons and being in her room all day long on her own. And art is an outlet for her, but there are times where she gets very, very frustrated. And you were just talking about the child there that comes to your workshops who screws up the paper and puts it in the bin. And we've had a couple of moments like that, even though there's the love for it. So I'm guessing these workshops as well are just being able to, as you said, kind of go within and quite meditative, but there's no right or wrong. And I think that's something that's really key with art, or my understanding of art, Jen, which is pretty limited. I did GCSE art, went no further. But it's that sense of, as you said there, about expressing yourself. There is no right or wrong, and that's the beauty of something like art. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, completely. And that is something that I've really, really honed in on them right at the beginning of all the sessions. I said to them, this isn't, we're not here today to create a masterpiece, to create something perfect, to create something that you think it's going to look like. We're here today because simply the art of picking up your pen or your paintbrush and putting it on the paper, that's why we're here. It's the whole, people, I think there's a massive misconception around art. It's in the final piece. It's not. It's in the process of creating it that the beauty lies. And I say to them, think about every single art gallery you've gone into and look at the walls, and every single thing is different. Every single painting is different. And then that is because everyone is viewing the world through their eyes, and only you can see the world through your eyes. And that is why your creation is going to end up so different to anyone else's. And because I think there's also a lot of comparison when it comes to the thing, and they only get those beliefs that they're not good enough through comparison. So trying to take that element of comparison away is really important, because it's not about that. It's about their relationship with the paper, with the pen, with the paints, whatever they're using, hands. You can do all sorts, and the special skill lies in the process, not in the final piece, for sure.
That's so important, so important. Something you just said there really resonated. Having an almost teenager, this idea of compare and despair.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to now. There's TikTok, there's this, there's that. I'm too old to understand it all, but there's so much out there that it is just constantly comparing self to others in this unrealistic world, of social media. And then becoming quite depressed by it all. So I love the idea of this being, there is no right or wrong. It is about the process. It is about the creation rather than the finished product. So I love that you're doing these workshops. And if people want to find out about your workshops, Jen, is the best place to go your Facebook page?
Yeah, Facebook page or my website. I've got links to the registration form on both. I've recently just popped that in just for added security. And it's just a simple Google form, and it just takes your email address and your child's age and things. And then I pop you through an email with the Zoom link and the details and things like that. But yes, the topics and everything are always posted on my Facebook page. But I aim to do them for anyone with any materials in mind. I've kind of based them around the fact that you may only have some paper and some pencils at home, and that's totally fine. I'm not running them. I will be running some more watercolor classes and things like that, but I do try and run them so that anyone can join in with what you've got.
And these are ongoing. You said when we first started talking, you're doing them Monday, 3 times a week.
Yeah. Tuesday for 5 to 8-year-olds, Wednesday for 9 to 11-year-olds, and Thursday for 12 to 15-year-olds. And I've had massive requests for adults ones as well. So they will be coming after half term. They just take
yes, please.
So some evening ones just to de-stress before bed. But yes, I did plan them just to carry on till the lockdown ends, but they've been so popular, I'm going to continue afterwards. And with half term next week, I'm hoping to run quite a few more as well, just to help their parents out.
So you're like Superwoman, Jen. Also been very busy with other elements to your business. Am I right in thinking that it was only Friday, so the 29th of January, that you launched your new eco clothing range?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Just throw that into the mix.
I know, just throw it into, yeah. Yeah, on the line of resilience, I mean, it's been quite a tricky year for small businesses. It has been my first year of doing it full time, which is a wonderful year to test oneself. But
Yes.
yes, normally I would be out this time of year doing fairs. I've got my products in around 30 shops, most of which are shut at the moment, which is, a bit of a nightmare. But yes, I've launched a new range of eco-friendly clothing, and some people might say, what on earth is that? And basically I'm really passionate about where my clothing comes from, especially cotton. And I've managed to work with a supplier who's based in the Isle of Wight, who has end-to-end tracking of all of the cotton. So it's organic, and a few of the pieces are also recycled. They have a one-to-one relationship with the farmers in India that produce the cotton, and every single item of clothing is printed on demand, so there's absolutely zero waste. Each item of clothing actually has a QR code on the tag, which you can scan in after your lovely jumper or t-shirt or whatever has come to the end of its life, and you can actually send it back to the factory to be recycled into new jumpers and get £5 off. So I just absolutely, it's been an absolute delight to create these designs. There's a whole range from kids to women's to men's, and I'm constantly adding and working on new designs and new projects. But yeah, it's been really exciting, and I absolutely love my jumper. I live in it every day. It's so soft.
So I'm guessing you said, this is the first year of your business, which is a really new business, that you've been doing it full time. And I'm guessing you've had to really, we've talked about resilience, but be incredibly resilient, but also very flexible in adapting to the new way we're doing things, with 30 shops being shut with all of your fabulous products. Has everything that you're doing now moved online? So can people go to your website and get all of these fabulous things?
Yeah. So, I mean, just to loop round, to what we were kind of talking about at the beginning, it is at the moment very much one day at a time. Otherwise, you can't plan right now. It's one day at a time. But yes, it's all online. I've got a lovely friend who happens to be a professional photographer, which has been amazing, because a lot of my products, I run quite high and ethical quality products, and it's really hard to gain the quality from pictures, but the pictures I've done the best I can with, and they're all online. And I've got a whole range of gifting and cards. So my cards are made from recycled card. They're printed with vegetable-based inks and then enclosed in biodegradable cornstarch slips, and through to my eco bags, which I think you just mentioned at the beginning. You've still got yours.
I did.
They last a long time.
They last a long time, and they're fabulous.
Yeah, they're made from fair trade and organic cotton. They're printed in the UK, and they're lovely gift to send to someone right now. But yeah, it's all online, and everyone's reviews are online too. And there's lots to choose from, lots of an animal for everyone, shall we say?
Oh, I love that idea. It's just I can't say enough, Jen, just how impressed, and just it's an incredible journey that you've gone on, and you're creating something that's so important and will resonate with so many people, from the workshops that you're doing, to the eco clothing range, to the whole piece to get you where you are today, which is just fantastic. So let's just remind people, if they do want to go to your website, can you share the website address with us?
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Jules. So it is Jen, Jen, then Winnett, which is WINNET, then art, ART.co.uk. So www.jenwinnettart.co.uk. And on Facebook and Instagram, I'm just at Jen Winnett Art. And you should see a green logo with a tree that pops up, and that's me.
That's you. Wonderful. So what's the rest of today for you, Jem?
So today I've got a 4 p.m. workshop with the 9 to 11-year-olds, and on the theme of express yourself this week, we are doing some tangle drawings, which are wonderfully meditative, and yeah, they're really, really good fun, and I'm hoping that they will enjoy it. And then I am busy catching up with my end of year accounts, which is very fun. Reality of running a small business. But
Isn't
yeah.
it just? Isn't it just? Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me today.
No, thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure to talk to you. I wish you so much luck, so much love for the future. And I just hope that your wonderful, wonderful business continues to grow and flourish, and lots of people come to it and want to buy lots of fabulous things.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Jen. Take care.